no need to put your depleted defense in a bind like that. Punt the ball. That was the one when they went for it on their own 30.
At their own 30.
Yeah.
And I'm talking, hey, you know I have mad respect for Danny Raxter.
For sure.
Mad respect. And I respect Stick.
But
Sean, you may even get uncomfortable. And I have the feeling you're going to get uncomfortable with this.
Okay.
I believe you are.
I'm listening.
Now, you not as much because you've come to acceptance.
100%.
Yeah.
You've come to
I have.
And why is that,
Everybody
Sean?
should. Everybody should.
Thank you.
Really, all we have to do is look at coaching tendencies, right? So why are we surprised when he does something that falls in line with what his coaching tendencies are? And I'm going to say it again, Neal, we use the C word almost in vain, okay? Culture. But this culture is real. We've all seen it. You guys have seen it from afar. I've seen it up close. I cannot stress into words how differently this is. Part of this culture is this coach and this staff's undying belief in the guys that are out there. Period. End of story. I know you're going to go down the math route, and I'm looking forward to hearing the logic behind it. But you guys, seriously, we can't, out of this side of our mouth, talk about how great the culture is and everybody's playing for each other and everybody loves the coach and everybody's singing Kumbaya and not accept and eventually say out of this side of the mouth, part of that is he says, I believe in you guys, go. Yep. That's part of it.
Absolutely.
Players love that shit. Players love that shit. Yeah. How many times have you ever seen that? Have you ever seen, when the obligatory camera zoom in on a quarterback or an offense when it's a 4th and 2, a 4th and 1? Have you ever seen the guy go, let's kick it. Let's kick it. Never,
not once.
Yep.
They all want to go for it. You'll see a quarterback go like this. You'll see him go like that. You'll see the offensive lineman go like this, like saying, come on, let's go. They want to do it. Coach lets them do it. And you know what? It's worked out, hasn't it?
Jordan Love wanted to do it last night.
He sure did.
He did.
And,
Matt
LaFleur said no.
He sure did.
And that is the difference. Number one, that's the difference. That's the difference between these two teams. Now, there's other stuff that weaves its way into it, namely Dan Campbell v. Matt LaFleur, by the way. More on him later.
Oh, yeah, please.
Oh, we're getting in on him.
You little cuck.
The Ryan.
That's it. That's the term exactly.
Matt LaFleur, you little cuck.
He sits
Keep
in the
watching
chair.
on the sidelines, you cuck. Dan Campbell's a man of action.
When he goes into his hotel room, he sits in that chair.
He sits in that chair.
Yeah.
And Dan
That's a
Campbell's in there plowing his wife.
Now that's where I'm getting off the highway.
Right.
But okay, whatever, Spenny, you do you. We're all feeling it today.
Call Matt LaFleur a cock. All right. It is a Victory Friday, isn't it?
My man's is the Ryan Day of the NFL.
Facts.
He's the Ryan Day of the NFL.
Okay, here's the deal on it, everyone. When that happened, and now we're going down the math route,
all right,
and I'm telling you, I do not know this. I have not sat and drank with Dan Campbell, though I would like to.
I would like to do that as well.
I would like to and talk. I would like to talk about the 4th down stuff.
I don't want to talk football. It's a bucket list goal of mine to just slam beers with Dan Campbell, headbang to some Metallica, and just rage.
And then go to the gym.
Yeah.
Spenny, you know what? I'll bring the dip. We can all pack a big fat dip because that dude always has a lipper. Let's go.
He's always got the chaw.
It'd be a blast.
No doubt. But anyway, when that happened, Lions had to lead 24-21. There was, about a minute 30 to go in the third quarter. So, i.e., there's 16 and a half minutes left in the game. All right? And I'm not even going to go down the road of, and for the Danny Raxters of the world that say, how are you going to put your defense in that position? What I think was going through their mind was, at that point of the game, if we go for it, worst case scenario, we go for it, we get stopped, they score a touchdown, which was what happened. Worst case scenario happened. That comes at the price of us getting 3 possessions to their 2 the rest of the way. To where if we punt this and they matriculate the ball down the field and they take 6 minutes off the clock, then the possessions are 3-2 in their favor. That's the math, everybody. That's the math. And if it works, you get it, you keep it pushing, you're still the boss, you can make it a 2-score game with the score. If the worst case scenario happens, Green Bay scores a touchdown, all right, we're going to get the pill theoretically 3 times to their 2. That's the decision. And that time frame in the game, that's what that affords you, because there's only 16 minutes left. Think about it for a second, guys. You get 11-ish possessions in a night or in a game. That's all you get.
Yep.
If you can flip that to be 3-2, then you're going to do it. This is the next level thinking that's going on.
Absolutely.
It's not just, and for the sticks out there, they're like, wait, you can't do that to your defense and everything. Like, it's not about the defense.
No, it isn't.
If your defense gets the stop, cool.
Right.
And they hold them to a field goal, cool. We're tied in and we got the pill. I like where we're staring. If they score, we get it 3 times to their 2. That's it, Sean. It's not a magic formula. It's not analytical. It's common sense.
I love your logic, and this is where we all talk about being cocky Lion fans now, because I think in one way, shape, or form we're all guilty of it. Neal, to your point, is you were describing that. At what point in time did you understand this game was over? When the Packers tied it at 31, okay? When they didn't score the touchdown, when they tied it at 31, I shit you not. I was in a room full of guys, and I go, see you guys later.
Bingo.
I swear to God, I did. I'm not joking. And they're like, there's no way you're leaving. And I was like, I'm not leaving, but that's my way of telling you this shit is over. The
Yes, sir.
Lions
The way
are
the
getting
Lions
the
play
ball
football.
back. The question is, how close are they going to get into Jake Bates' range? And again, Campbell going for it on 4th down, which, okay, Neal, I got to be honest with you on that 4th down. I was going, Dan, maybe you can just kick the field goal. I understand why you don't give the Packers any chance if you convert on that 4th down. But honest to goodness, to your point, we got the pill last. There was a shitload of time. There was no question in my mind that we were going to matriculate our way into field goal position. And it was like that. A couple passes and there we were. We were already, I found myself going, okay, it'd be 55 now. Well, that's in his range. No worries. Oh, cool. You want to move it up even more? Okay, you go ahead and do that. So I agree with your logic there, man. I do. And it's easy to be Friday morning quarterback, and I know it's going to catch us at some point in time. You know, you're going to hear those types of things, but this is what the Lions are now. Like, we need to accept it. If we're going to hug this and we're going to inject that DNA, this is part of the DNA. This is part of what makes this Lion team this Lion team.
And Sean, the bottom line is this. They did it in the second quarter in the same fashion. They got the ball. They got the ball for the final 5.5 minutes.
Yep,
the
5:35.
Packers got it to take a knee. They essentially took the final 5.5 minutes of the second quarter, and they took the final 3.5 minutes of the fourth quarter. Green Bay got no possessions.
Yep.
They didn't touch the football, and that's how you win in today's NFL. Everybody thinks it's like getting a stop. No, it's keeping the ball.
Time of
If you
possession.
have the ball,
TOP.
you win. You're the boss. And Sean, the Lions are the boss. When they play football games, they put pressure on you. They are the boss. They're keeping the football. There was nothing you can do about it, especially if you're Matt LaFleur. You're definitely not going to do anything about it. And Jordan Love can sit on the sidelines with that puzzled look on his face. It's very simple, Jordan Love. We have the football. You do not. You're not getting it back. The game is over. Period. End of story. Like, this is very simple. Everybody that got worked up, Stick included, about them going forward on 4th down, they're the boss.
Yeah.
The boss. They dictate, Sean. And this is something that's never happened with this Lions team.
You just spoke to my hockey fan, which isn't very hard. Puck possession. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
How good were the Red
If
Wings?
you have the puck,
If
you don't
have
lose.
the puck, I like my chances. I really do. If the puck's on my stick a majority of the game, I really like my chances to win said game. I do. It's amazing how that worked itself out. And no, you're right. And Neal, I think sometimes not enough is said about the end of a half. Obviously, we talk so much about the end of the game, but what they did at the end of the half was beautiful. Yes, 100%. Don't give them an opportunity to get the ball. Yeah, I know they're getting the ball to start the third quarter, and give them credit. They scored the touchdown, then got the ball back and scored the other one, and all of a sudden we had a brand new game. But there's nothing like extending a lead to double digits just before halftime.
And
Yes.
Sean,
There's nothing like
that
that.
is it. Even still, yet and still, and this is where people need to get out of their feelings. Even when the Packers scored 14 points in 2 minutes, the Lions were still the boss. They had the football. Everything was on serve. All they had to do was
we
keep
can take
scoring.
the lead right back.
That's
really.
it. And it took you scoring 14 points in 2 minutes to even get back into this game.
Yep.
I want everyone to understand the work of art that happened last night.
Yep.
It was truly beautiful.
It was. And I want to take the break and I want to pick this back up
Yeah,
because I want to
absolutely.
get the people's thoughts on it as well. Because Sean Baligian's right. Get comfortable with it.
And Dan Campbell is becoming more and more of a cerebral coach. And it's beautiful to see.
And shout out to Paul Thomas in the Woodward Sports Chat. He said, Neal, you got to be somewhat elderly to remember this, but this team feels like the 1984 Tigers, where you could just feel it happening in real time.
That's a fact.
It's true.
That's the only time I want to hear about the 84 Tigers.
Amen.
That's the only time I want to hear about the 84 Tigers.
I mean, they got out to a 35-5 start and played 500 the rest of the way. You know, like that's it's not like this.
No.
It's even that team is not like they got out to an unprecedented start and then just kind of coasted and won the World Series because they had better talent. Like that's what that one was. This is bad boy Piston stuff here.
No, for real.
That's what this is. This
Dominance.
is bad boy
They
Piston.
grind out every
and
game.
they beat you the fuck up.
Yes.
This is bad boy. They're bad. They're the bad boys in football.
Dude, I
Those
was
fucking
sitting
hits.
there last night while I swear I was not looking at porn. I was looking at football stuff. I was sitting
Sean,
there.
is
No,
that you
really.
again?
This time I can say, no, I am not watching Tory Lane.
Shawnee,
So
put your finger away.
How'd I pull that
Yeah,
name?
man.
That's so. Where did that name come from?
Yeah, man.
That's so weird. Shout out Sasha Gray. But
Shout
listen,
out Sasha
this-
Gray.
Oh my God.
Shout out Sasha
Holy
Gray.
shit.
mother of the Lord. But
Who is that?
I have no idea. But listen,
Just do a quick Google search.
listen, one of those things that I did last night is I found 85 Bears, right? 91 Redskins, 2,000 Ravens, 07 Patriots. Like, I don't feel guilty having these conversations when you rolled up to a 12-1 record. If you want to be that guy, you could say, it's a little premature yet. Wait till we're 15-1 or 16-1. Okay, fine, but you guys, 12-1, we've never seen this in our life.
Nope.
What are we doing here? Like, embrace it, enjoy it, stay up and let that be your porn.
Just like Sasha Gray, you'll see some things you've never seen before.
Yeah.